ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਆਦਾਬ, ਨਮਸਤੇ। ਮੈਂ ਸਵਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹਾਂ ਕੈਮ ਲਾਈਵ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਖਾਸ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੈਲਬਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸਦਰਨ ਹੈਮਸਫਾਇਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਨੋ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਂਜਰ ਟੂ ਦ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸੀਨ, having run and operated multiple businesses both locally and internationally in over the 2 decades across various industries. He is none other than Mr. Amit Miglani. Hello, Mr. Miglani. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we have heard a lot about you, and everybody knows you. I guess, and it's an honor to have you in the studio. So my first question actually is, like, you have come to Australia 24 years ago.
About there, yes.
About there.
Yes.
And in late 90s, you have
Yes.
done all the businesses and everything.
Yes.
When
Yes.
all the immigrants, they are scared to take step in the business. They do all the
Yes.
odd jobs, and then they think once we settle down, we'll think about the business.
Yes.
Have you ever felt that scare factor?
Look, each and every one of us that scared or that fear factor is inbuilt.
Yes.
That is inbuilt. So somehow you have to take the leap and you have to jump over it.
Yeah.
You know, 1990s, late 1990s, when I came down here, there was hardly any Indians. There were a lot of folks, there were a lot of Aussies, you know, and it was hard to put your foot in there.
Yeah.
But as you know, as everybody comes down here with minimal money and start working, at that time the visas were a little bit easy.
Yes.
But the scared factor is always there, and you have to jump that.
Yeah.
You have to look over that. The life starts after fear. This is what I believe in.
How did you get over that fear? Like, if I were you, I'll be still scared to take any risk in my life. Like, I'll be settled के चलो ठीक है, job चल रही है, let's do it. क्या risk नहीं लेना?
जैसे आपने अभी बोला, risk is an opportunity. Either you take it as a risk, you take it as a fear, or you take it as an opportunity and you go down and apply that opportunity. You can't have both at the same time. I'm a big believer that either you have your fear or your faith, and my faith is bigger than my fear. That is why I kept accomplishing step by step everything that I wanted. So I had an academic background, and there was.
I was just about to ask this. Yeah, like
there were steps. When you're going in there and you're manipulating yourself whether should you take this step or not. Again, opportunity came along, and either you take it or you leave it. And all the biggest entrepreneurs, whoever I've read, they make the decisions with a flick of a second, and then they change it very, very slowly. So I made the decision, I'm going to run this, I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to run this, and I got in there.
Some people actually, they always think like when you take a risk or you want to be entrepreneur, there is always you need a background, like the money wise, or like you have a support from you from behind, like parents support or family or any kind of support. Have you ever
mom and dad have always been there, but when you came down here, there was support there, but you wanted to do something on your own. That is why you come down to this country. If you didn't want it to do, you're very well off over there. You're having a lot of luxury cars, and you're having knocker chakar hai udhar, servants and but you came down here thinking that you're going to do something different
from zero,
from scratch, and that's where I started building it up. The business came along, and the right opportunities came along, and I took the opportunities. Kuch opportunities thi jo thodi bahut tedi medi thi, I still went in there, and I learned from it. I came out stronger.
You have done so many different businesses. Do you want to talk about of them? Like how did you start and where to start? Like
I came in first business was a news agency and turtle salt somewhere in North Melbourne.
Okay.
While running that, then I bought another bar and a cafe in Lygon Street.
Yes.
And then whilst running that, I started putting a few trucks on. At that time, the truck business was good. That is going back in 1999, around there. So I had about 5 trucks, and I had everything simultaneously running around. That was at the age of 21, 22.
Wow.
So I said, this is what I'm going to do, and I set it up, and slowly, there was somebody looking upon me, and I slowly built it up, and from one little computer, I was just managing everything there on the phone, and doing my stuff, and in about 2002, 2003, there was all retail business coming in, and then the GST got introduced, the petrol prices went up, and there was still money there, but I wanted to play something bigger, again, a bigger opportunity, a bigger risk. So I started selling everything off, sold everything off, and that is when I moved towards real estate.
Oh, okay.
That is where real estate attracted me. I said, this is what I'm going to do now.
Like you have really good academic and professional qualifications. How did you manage business and qualification, or your studies together? Again,
it's time management. Everything that you do, everybody gets the same 24 hours in the day.
Yes.
How you use it, that's up to you. Now for me, I wake up 3 in the morning.
Okay.
And I go to bed about 9:30, 9:30.
Yeah.
So from any normal human being or normal individual, I've already scored 4 hours before he or she wakes up. So I've got 4 hours extra. What I'm going to do with the 4 hours? I've got to do something different. So 4 hours converted by 7, that's about 30 hours a week that I have in a week. So this is how I manipulate it. This is and then I started using it wisely. And I have been an early riser from very early days. And that is where I started. I came down, I had a bachelor's of economics from back home in India, from Delhi University, and then I had a master's in business administration from here, a master's in IT. I have gone down and did my half PhD, enrolled in PhD in e-commerce in Melbourne Uni, but didn't complete it because the business got involved so much. And then I got a couple of graduate diplomas in marketing, and so I've got a good academic background. Again, the school will teach you how to do your exams properly, how to manipulate things, how to do, but it will not teach you how to make money.
Yes.
The streets will teach you how to make money.
Yeah.
And the risk and the opportunities will teach you how to make the money. So academic background, it's a good support, it's a good foundation to have, but again, you have to play in the outer world.
Most of the people in Melbourne or in Australia, I would say, they know you from real estate business.
Yes.
So how did you get into real estate?
Again, as I said, I was doing that retail businesses, but I want to grow myself bigger.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to do something different. So I started looking up at different opportunities. And real estate came up. At that time, I hardly know of any, Indian from our community, जो real estate में थे.
Yeah.
तो उसके बाद फिर I went down, started inquiring, you have to do a little course, and then I went down and worked for a local real estate agent, because to get your full license, you have to do it. For first month and a half, it was very hard.
Yeah.
Because, a little kid, a young kid, don't have much contacts, don't have much knowledge, don't have much experience. None of the people around here wanted to teach me.
Yes.
Because they just see you as a risk.
Competitor.
Where you're going to end up.
Yes.
So I was knocked back from a lot of jobs too. There was John Contact at that time. This is early 2000 again, 2000s. John Contact was there. He gave me an opportunity. So I started working with him.
Yeah.
And before you even know, within 6 months, I started rolling the money in. I started rolling my sales in. I went up to about good 6 to 7 listings to 6 to 7 sales a month.
Wow.
And I started rolling it from there. It was just, you have to, again, it comes down to time management.
That's very less time to go for real estate.
Yes.
Because some people, they take years to learn how to convince people to buy this property or to sell the property. It's a hard thing to convince someone.
It is hard, but again, if you tell your brain that it's not hard, it won't be hard. You have to sell yourself first before you can sell it to anybody else. You got to make yourself, convince yourself first that it is going to happen, and that's the only way it's going to happen. And I convinced myself that within 2 months I'm going to have this much here. This is my goal. So this is how I got to from X to probably A to Z, is putting up my goals slowly. I've got a bigger goal, and slowly, and after 2 decades now, I've started researching my life purpose now. What is my life purpose? So here we are sitting and having an interview about my life purpose. This is my life purpose, So this is how things took a turn in real estate, and I have grown enormous companies too. And real estate, they say it's hard, but I think it's a piece of cake for me now after so many years.
That.
Yes. It's just guys, it's just what you want to achieve. If there is no goals, you're just a lost kid in a candy shop. If even a plane takes off, the plane has to end up in Sydney, or before it takes off, it knows its destination. If you don't know the destination, where are you going to end up? Nowhere.
Nowhere, yeah.
So
how did MIG came into the scene? Like
MIG, look, started real estate, and then working for someone, you can actually grow as much as you can.
Yes.
And I asked my old blokes that were working with me. I wasn't working for them actually. I was running my little business under their business.
Yeah.
So they were taking part of the commission. I was getting the part of the commission there.
Yes.
I said, I need another office. I need a bigger opportunity.
Yeah.
I've outgrown myself.
Yeah.
And I want X amount, this is what my next goal is.
Yeah.
So they said, oh, now, but they saw me as a threat.
Oh.
So they go, no, we're not going to come in. I said, either you come in or I'll leave. I'll go down and open something else. He goes, you're most welcome to do that. So I left and I started Ace Real Estate down in Laverton.
Yes.
That's where I started, and I started running that. And for about good 4 years, 5 years, up to 2012, I ran that. And so, there was that pocket. And I wanted to I grew myself, and I wanted to outgrow myself again. There was another opportunity, but I think my business partner wasn't. Every person is different. He's a great bloke. Everything is great help from there.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, I'm going to leave here. You take everything here. I'm going to go down and start something new. That is where MIG came in place.
Oh.
MIG was started from one computer and one chair.
Wow.
In 2012, end of 2012, I registered the company. In 2013, one computer and one chair. That was a Sony touchscreen computer, I still remember, and there was a chair and a little table in the office. That was it.
Was there anyone else with you there, or you were all alone?
Myself. Myself.
Totally your idea, your brain, your...
My idea, and I believed in that idea, and I started pushing that idea, and I pushed it to the limits.
And that was actually a great success as well, if
Big
we
time
look from
success.
here today.
Yes.
And so how did you go that far? Like, did
Again,
you
the vision.
add on people?
Yes. That's the vision. I had a bigger vision. Otherwise, I would have stayed where I was. I was happy there, But I had a bigger vision. I wanted to outgrow myself. I wanted to do something bigger. But the bigger you go, the risk comes. The more the risk comes.
Did you believe in luck as well? I guess there was a little bit of luck as well.
You can say the luck, that the stars were coming in place,
everything was in place.
But what happens when the downfall starts? Where's the luck gone then?
True.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a lot of mixture of a lot of things. Your vibes, your energies,
Yeah.
how the environment is reacting to you, how you are reacting to an environment. So it's all in here, and how you collaborate, how you vibrate. So things started coming in. If you take an acorn and you put it down in the earth, it is going to turn into an oak tree.
Yes.
It's going to take years to turn into an oak tree. It won't turn into a banana tree or a grape tree.
Yeah.
All the laws will work with him, and the laws were working with me at that time. So this is what I believe in. And MIG came in, and I bought that seed. I went down and registered the company, and I saw it growing. It was tough, but I saw it growing. So.
There was lots of controversies with you. I don't know how to put it together in your personal life and your business life as well. Can we talk about this a little bit as well?
Look, my personal life, or let's just talk about the work life here. MIG, there were a lot of controversies there. It went down. I can keep blaming this was the person. No, it's always the leader who's got to be blamed. If the good is coming to the company is flourishing, everybody takes the opportunity to think, I've done it. But when the blame comes in, it comes up at the top.
Yes.
It never comes down on any employees or anything,
Yes.
There were, it's like put me in there at that time when things were going out. Then there was divorce going on. Then there was a lot of fake emails. Then there was a lot of.
It was
sales not
all over
happening.
the news and social
Yes,
media,
yes,
everything, and then there was names with you as well.
Yes, that's right. That was my personal life. That was my partner there, and I went through a divorce before that. All the divorce was done and dusted, and then came in place, and we were together for a very long time. So still, there is a bit of a crack there, which is very unclear. I don't know what's going to happen there. So let's see what happens. But it has been a very good learning curve last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I could have gone through depression, anxiety, this, that, but I managed to survive.
So with all these news articles and everything, they actually made you villain somewhere. Nobody heard your side of story. And I would love to, or our audience would love to hear your side of story.
Look,
What was the reason behind all this? Like whatever happened in business or in personal life. I know there was things going on, as you mentioned, divorce and stuff.
Yes.
But still, like, we really want to hear your side of the story, because world should know, like, you're not the villain there.
Who's the villain? There's nobody called the villain. You know,
there was like lots of things going on.
Yes.
So it's like everybody wants to clear themselves. Look, this is not the thing. This is what was happening.
Yes.
And there was so many things going on around in the articles on the social media.
Yes.
Just to clarify that,
Yes.
your side of story.
Yes.
That's
no, I understand. Basically, what happened is that that is about 2018, September, October. That is when all the MIG offices were actually raided, and they were all shut down. And we're still finding out the reason why they were shut down and why they were raided. There's no black and white reason for that yet, but things have started to clean up and come along. And I really didn't knew what happened. I was sitting in the office, and about 10 o'clock in the morning, 5 people walked in. Oh, we need to seal it. You need to get out.
And was that in all of the offices, or just all the offices across Australia, or just Melbourne?
All the offices, I think Adelaide and Sydney too, all the offices there. So, you know, I said, what's going on? He goes, basically, we have been authorized by blah, blah, blah. There was a letter which probably you would have seen it from the minister and everywhere, or we've been authorized from Consumer Affairs, we are their inspectors, we need to shut it, you need to leave. We're taking over the offices, we're taking over this. I said, well, how can we do that? What is the problem? You got to at least tell me.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't talk, and I got my lawyer in there, and the lawyer started talking. They have got the authority at this very moment. We need to leave, and then we can go down and either get a stay or something like that. But at that time, I wasn't. I was just sitting down there, and in the morning, you know, I come down. I've got a routine. I do my journals. I do this. I do that. I do my phone calls. So there's nothing. He goes, we have to leave. We have to leave.
So you have to just leave the office with nothing.
With nothing. All the equipment and everything was there. Everything
including
was there.
your phone and everything.
No, yeah, that's right. They let me take my phone.
Okay.
But other than that, all the office phones, there were about good 17, 18 office phones, all the all the computers, all the laptops, everything were to stay.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's it. We didn't hear from them, and then we just kept asking him what's going on. It's going under full investigation.
And it's still under investigation?
It is still under investigation now. My lawyers are actually sorting that out. There are talks there. You know, there are some pending documents there. There are some basically paperwork there which I can't really reveal right now because it is very confidential, and you know the lawyers are going through it. I would say no comments on that, but again that will come back in the next interview. I'm pretty sure that it will be sorted out. And then there's a few defamation cases going around too, which are relating, and you know which are again, you know, I can't reveal everything on that there, but if you're most welcome to go down and search me on, you know, magistrate and the county court list there. You'll find pretty much everything there, and I really cannot comment anything at this very moment because it's just under investigation and you know under the courts and things like that. So I would have to make a no comment right now. But that was tough around 2.5 3 years at that time. That was it. And you know, since last year, we started digging up. We started asking what's going on. That's when things started to come out now.
Yeah.
So the lawyers and everything, they're investigating on there. They're talking there and seeing.
So where were you those 2 years? You were missing out, like
missing in action.
Yeah,
missing in action.
Missing in action. For those 2 years.
Look, that was tough. Imagine a bloke.
What have you done?
Imagine a bloke. He, you know, if today everything gets taken away from him. You know, there's no business. There's nothing there. Tomorrow, what are you going to do? It was a big shock to your system.
Yes.
What are you going to do? You know, you had an income coming in, you had this, you had that, everything was going sweet, and everything was happy, and suddenly you realize that it's just been taken away.
How did you handle that all?
That day, nothing happened. Basically, you know, I was there. You know, my partner was there, and we were all there, and you know, the staff was there. So we went home. I said, you know, that's all right. Let's just go for a little dinner or something. So we went down, had a dinner. Next morning, me and my partner We used to do gym together that
Yeah.
time. So we went to the gym in the morning, and after doing the gym, I said to myself, now, what am I going to do now? That is when it hit me. So it took me about 24 hours to absorb what's going on and to see where am I going to go from here. That is when it hit me the next morning. Shit, we don't have any funds anymore. We don't have any money. Everything is gone. The divorce case was going at that time. All the assets were frozen, and it was that when passed away.
So there was nothing in hand.
Nothing in hand.
At
Nothing
that
in
time.
hand. Nothing. Probably a few $1,000s in the account, and that was about it.
How did you survive?
Well, that's where your powers, and that's where your brain, and that's where you just come in place. I said, what are we going to do? And then the properties got sealed down. I had at that time, after going through the divorce, I had one property that got taken over too by the mortgagees because unable to do it. The company cars were taken away. So it was like everything came crashing down. Because you haven't got any work to do, and plus you don't have your license. How are you going to work? That is another big important thing there,
Yes.
So it's just one thing after the other,
All
one
the
thing after,
doors
when you get
was
slapped,
closed on you,
this is
yes,
what's
yeah.
happening, you're just getting slapped from everywhere, you're down there and people are punching you and hitting you, and that's when the news came out too. I don't know whether it came out, whether it was actually brought out, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on. We still need to get onto that because that is relating to the defamation too. There were a lot of fake emails too. I don't know, about them. I can say it's fake, but again, that's a fake.
You don't know
email.
the source yet,
There's no source
and
there.
you can't comment on that.
Plus,
for
not
now.
only that, at that same time, my partner was in AIBC. There was a lot of fake emails in Australian Business Council too. She was the president there. There were a lot of controversies about AIBC too.
And she was dragged into all those things as well.
Yes,
with you.
she was dragged into
Yeah.
MIG too. Well, MIG had nothing to do with AIBC. Of course, we sponsored a couple of their events, and we sponsored a lot of community events, as you would have known.
Yes.
And it's just like we are giving it back. And at the end of the day, people are saying, oh, this much is made missing. There was this much in money out, but we didn't see any debtors coming out. All the debtors were paid on time. There were a couple of debtors that still. So at the end of the day, I went into shock, and all I had is debt in my hand.
That was a really hard time. Anyone, like we have seen people who have been through this, they either end up killing themselves or
Yes.
going into depression
Yes.
or just to lose their confidence and just go somewhere like missing, like where are they? We don't know where they are.
Yes.
How come you just become stronger and stronger out of this? Like what made you that strong?
Again, you use that opportunity either to finish yourself or make yourself strong. That was a risk I took. MIG was a risk I took to make it that bigger.
Yes.
Now the risk, it had holes in it.
And that was your hard work as well.
There were a lot of, it just can't happen with one person. So, there were holes in it, and it went crashing down. Now I could take that, I could have taken that opportunity and just say, I'll give up.
Yes.
Or I could fight it back. What is it going to be?
Fight
So I had
back.
to make a decision.
Yeah.
And that was a firm decision. I said, I'm going to fight it. Today, tomorrow, I have to wait for the right time. There's nothing called right time, I know that, but I have to wait until this investigation and things were over. They kept dragging in. This was happening, that was happening. But things coming in from all sorts of corners there. The debtors were there, the bills didn't stop. The income stopped, but the bills didn't stop. The cars were taken away. The controversies were going on, and the news came in, and there were more news coming in. There were Facebook there. Facebook, it can be used as a good or a bad media too.
Mostly
So
it is
everything.
like bad media.
Every time I saw something, I said, okay, I just left it there. Saw something, I picked it up and left it there. Picked it up and left it there. Picked it up and left it there.
Wasn't it heartbreaking to see everyday news about you on social media and memes? There were memes as well about you, and
Yes.
wasn't it heartbreaking, sad?
She was a big support. When two people are together,
Yes.
that was a big big thing there. We held each other up. There were times there we went down, but we held each other up. Again, gym and meditation helped me out too. So I just took there were times, there were days where I took, even I have to take 1 hour an hour. Okay, I'm just going to go through this hour and then I'll worry about the next hour. I'm going to go through this hour, फिर मैं अगले घंटे की चिंता करूँगा. So I had, दिन को छोड़ो एक घंटे को भी मैंने देखा है. And I literally felt that hour. So there were days in between that, you haven't got any money at all. You have got no source of income whatsoever. And people are still knocking on your door.
How did you manage that time?
Again, you stand up and say, you need to give me time and everything will be cleared off. Because the personal friends, they helped me out a lot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the personal people, I had to do it. I had to clean it off. So I said, it was just me. Say, I did not run away. I could have said, pick up the bags and we're leaving, mate.
Yeah.
We go to Adelaide, we go to Sydney, and it's gone, it's over.
Yeah.
So either I could have done that or I could have faced it.
Yeah.
I decided to face it because I knew
that was very brave, to face all those things.
Yes, I knew it. I could see my clarity and my goals so clearly that all this just seemed as crap to me. I didn't even see this street. Now you're telling me I'm absorbing that, but I did not see all this Facebook media, all this. I did not even. Just my vision
totally
and my goal was so clear that I'm going to come out of this that clean and that rock solid that nobody will be able to touch me out of that. And all along there was some shield that God or some form of faith that put in there, and I just walked right through it. I did not stop. I walked right through it, just holding my head long that I did not do anything wrong. And I don't owe anything to anybody. I did not do anything wrong. I did the right thing. I set it up a company and they made it personal. I had my partner. I had a divorce. I am a free man. Okay, they just mingle it up, and of course, where comes fame and name and money, the controversies start there. I said, all right, no problem, let's just walk through it. So that is what I decided. I didn't decide to run away. So I'm going to walk right through it, and then this is what I did.
That
I walked right
is very brave step, to walk through that.
Books helped me out, knowledge helped me out, and I knew that there will be one day that is going to change. Today it's hard, tomorrow it's hard, yesterday it was hard, but the day after there will be glory. And the glory came in last year.
So is that the reason that we have that old, chubby, cute boy turned into a handsome hunk? just to make the environment light right now?
That's what happened. That's what, that's one thing what held me off is my gym.
Yeah. So you worked out more harder,
got down and
turn yourself into a handsome hunk.
Yes, and it didn't come easy either. I learned from there too. After rupturing in my knee and fracturing my disc, it came after that. So it was again the bad times were coming in. Around not the last year, the year before.
कहते हैं जब बुरा वक्त आता है सब जगह से आता है, सब तरफ से आता है.
तो फिर जेब में पैसे नहीं, कुछ नहीं, जिम जाना है, जिम जा करके you can't afford a trainer anymore, so you have to let the trainer go. You have to start training yourself, and before you know, you're training yourself, and you're trying to lift, and you know that you have ruptured your knee and you fractured your disc. Now again, the same thing happened. I said, the doctor said you'll never be able to lift again.
Wow. So you can't do weights.
And I was lifting about 240 off the floor, 240 in my deadlifts, and I just lifted it and it goes tuck, and dropped it and said that was it. And then, there was another guy in the gym. He helped me out. He put me in the car and I went straight to the doctor. He goes, mate, you're never lifting again. I said, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Until I give up, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
It happened, I think, on a Monday or Tuesday. I gave it a break for about 5-6 days. Had to walk, had to that. And, Friday or Saturday, I got out again. Monday, I went back to the gym.
And then how much did you?
No, I just went down and lifted those 5 kilo dumbbells, the baby dumbbells.
Okay. You started from the small one, make it burst.
I started playing it again. And just now, I think about a month back, I put down a video, hitting my PB back to about 210, 215.
Wow.
So this is just a body. It's just an instrument.
So actually, because we're here to talk about what you are now, listening to your story, I would say from a business entrepreneur to a motivational speaker. Is that what brings you there?
That's exactly what it is. You're unbeaten unless and until you're beaten in your own brain. You stay unbeaten. and I stood unbeaten. And that's when I took off and I said, all right, no problem. I don't want my license. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change lives now.
Yeah.
So now the journey changed. Last 2 years, I did a lot of reading too. I don't know, probably read over 100.
Reading always helps.
Around 150
Yeah.
books I read. And last year, again, COVID was a very difficult time for the world.
For
but
everyone, yeah.
I used it. And I actually, my body fat wouldn't go down for 11%. And I used that period to hit my goal, to bring it down. I brought it down to 8.5%, down to 8%. And the second thing I did is just read books. I said, well, this is the time. We don't need any money. We're not going anywhere. It's time. This is what we're going to do. And I wrote down articles. I thought about the book there too.
I have this book in my hand called
Yes.
Rebound. So
There will be 3 parts to it. That's just one part.
this is one part.
That's one part. It's got three chapters or 3 parts in there. How actually your mind functions. This is what's
So,
how you take
so
action.
this is, I have had a quick look on that. I haven't read it properly yet,
Yes.
but obviously I'm doing it tonight for
Thank you.
sure. I just want to ask, what makes you think to write a book to change lives, or is it for yourself? Like, did you think when you write it for yourself or for other people?
This is
was
what-
it in your mind?
This is what I did. This is what stood me up. This is what I kept doing it. I wouldn't let myself believe it that I'm done yet, and I'm dusted and I'm been thrown out.
So you have worked on yourself first to change
That's right.
anyone else's life.
That's exactly what
So
I
you
did.
change you first, and
Yes.
then now you are helping people to change their
Yes,
life.
that's right. And basically, it was just, people thought that he's been wiped off. But I couldn't believe it myself.
I don't think so. You're wiped off. You came stronger. You become stronger. You're coming out more clear, more stronger, and
Yes.
you're actually helping people now.
But again, my vision's so clear that I don't see any hurdles in between. I just see him, as just cross, and I got to walk over it nice and easy. So everything that has been written in there, it has been tested and applied, and coming back from that whole there, it has been a life-changing technique. The whole life is changed. The whole way of thinking, the whole way you look at people, the whole way how you catch their vibes, the whole way you do things, it's all been changed. People say that when you go down, if you come back, you come back more wiser and more stronger.
More stronger.
So right now, basically, it's unbeaten. It's unbeaten. Here I am.
So Rebound is your comeback.
Rebound is my comeback. There'll be 3 parts of it. This is telling you about a mind, and the next one will be a little bit about finances, how to involve the money and parts of it, and the third one will, you can get anything there. Because how usually I measure my results is, in your wealth, which is your money,
Yes.
not only your money, but the
Assets
properties, your
and
assets
everything.
and blah, blah,
Yeah.
and your health,
Yeah.
which I have done it.
Yeah.
Third
I think
is-
more important is
More
health.
important is
Yes.
health. And the third one, the hardest to get, is the happiness. People get the wealth, the health, but the
But
happiness.
no happiness.
And this is
कहते हैं पैसा आ जाता है पर नींद नहीं
नींद नहीं आती तो वो पैसा ही किस काम का जो सुलाना
जो सुला ना सके
So it's better
मखमल
to-
का बिस्तर है पर नींद नहीं आती का क्या फायदा.
ठीक है. I think you should be a shire sometime. but yeah, this is how the results are actually measured. Unless and until you have got all 3, wealth is very easy to, very easy. The easiest thing I say, the easiest
Really?
thing, very easy. You set it in your head, you fix it, you put your goals, you put it right in front of you, it'll happen magically. Very easy. You got to lift yourself.
You are actually motivating me right now. I was really scared before this interview because I've never done these kind of interviews. I've always done artist and any singer or anything. I'm happily, very confidently I can do that. But this was, I was scared, like how I'm going to do. But I'm very confident right now, and I'm like flowing through it. And I was like, no, you did, you helped me before that, and you yeah.
Thank you very much. That's probably the whole idea. It's about how you lift your vibes. You heard about law of attraction, right?
Yeah, I have.
Now,
Yes.
people say law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. But people forget how the law of attraction actually works. Law of attraction is not the primary law. It's a secondary law. Law of vibration is the primary law. You have to uplift your vibration.
Yep.
And the highest or the fastest way to uplift the vibration is gratitude. You got to be thankful for what you have. God gave me food that hour. I was very happy. And I
Yes.
thanked myself out.
Yeah.
Thank God, you've put food on my table today.
Yeah.
I'll see how we go tomorrow. So
Yeah.
if He's created me, He's created that food somewhere there.
Yes.
The other day, we've got this 15th of April seminar, which I'm pretty sure that you are joining in.
Yes.
And 4th of June, we are making a bigger one there. And not only that, last year, we went through the lawyers and all that. And my partner asked me, where is all this money going to come from? I said, wherever it is right now, it's going to come from there. So you don't have to have the money to do things.
Yeah.
But you have to just believe in there. Somehow something will change.
I
and you'll have
do
it.
believe in that because I have been through this phase, and I know there was a point when I had all the doors closed on me and I didn't know what to do. But like by next morning, I had everything. And
Just because you believe in it.
I believed in that, and I knew that I have to do it,
Yes.
and I did it, and it's been 15 years, and I'm really happy here in.
And then
Yes.
you take the next step, then the next step, then
Yes,
the next
yeah.
step. It's all about the happiness factor there. That
Yes.
is the most important bit. The wealth is very easy to come. Health is a little bit.
Yes,
You have
that's
to
true.
you have to change your habits. It's all about your habits, your paradigm. How are you going to your subconscious mind? How are you going to force it through? How are you going to repeat it through? And change your body vibes there. The things that were going in my head is the news, this, that. They're calling me, threats coming
Yes.
in, blah, blah, blah. and
People
all this.
react to those
Yes.
news articles, fake
yes.
news nowadays. A lot
Vibration,
of
yes,
them, yes.
Yes, the vibrations were going all over, this was going over, but my conscious mind did not take any of it. Said, no, I'm not taking it. Thank
But
you.
actually, social media is really dangerous. It can be really good for you, and it can be really hard for you.
Yes.
I mean, if I were you or someone else is on your place and looking at all those articles,
Yes.
those things about you,
Yes.
that will step back.
Well, I took it. My brain is
You
not
actually
taking
made it an opportunity for you.
I've taken an opportunity, and this is why I'm sitting here right now, and I'm talking myself about it. Now, people usually don't do it. I have
Yes.
taken these 2.5 years. I've actually taken this big failure or a risk that I took as an opportunity to grow and to learn more, so I can grow bigger or double the time or triple the time or triple the time out there. I can stand in front of 50 people or 100 people now. I can say, yeah, that's right. Well, it was a stuff up. What are you going to do? We're going to fix it now. We're going to move on. We can't just sit there.
Yes.
What are you going to do? You're going to kill me? You're going to do things, It's up to you. You can't do anything.
You have to do something to fix this.
Let go.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you don't have it. But it's again, it's first thing first that you need to know that you need to get that no out of your head. That's never going to come. You have to believe in it, it's going to come.
Yep.
And then you've got to put a date there. And then you have to raise your vibration to get to that date. My vibration, when this thing happened, it went low. And then I stick it up, it went low. Stick it up, it went low. Stick it up, it went low. So it was that resistance there.
So you were fighting back.
Yes, I was fighting back. I said, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Every morning I wake up, I said, today something is going to happen. Today something is going to happen. And it took me over 730 days for something to happen.
You have actually counted the days.
I have a count of the dates. It took me
Wow.
2 years. Exactly about 735 days before I see the dollar started moving in.
Wow. Wow.
So even that 730 odd days, there were hours in there where I had to struggle through it. My middle son stays with me. He's happy. He's happy with me, and he's been a great asset to me. He's helped me out. He comes down and checks on me sometimes at night. I'm all right. I'm this and that.
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
he's 14 years old. He's had a good connection. He's got a little dog too. So he goes around in my seminars now, takes all the numbers and everything, and he sits down and listens.
Wow.
And
That's beautiful.
and when I started this, he came down when he's the first one to get onto my Facebook and media and look at my videos and all that. He's the first one to do it.
Nice.
And he comes back and you got to get some corrections there. All right, man. All right, boss. All right. So when I put up a couple of videos, he came down. He goes, I want to start making $400-500 a month. So why don't you here? I gave him that little e-commerce thing there, paper. I had it in my email. I said, here, study that and do it. So he went down and made a single page website where you sell that stuff. You
Yes.
pick it up from here. You don't have to actually have it. You pick
Yeah.
it up from there, you advertise it, and you sell it. So he's making about $400-500 a month now.
Wow.
So he just bought he bought himself a Louis Vuitton little wallet the other day.
Oh, so
From his
beautiful.
own, from his own money. So I said, you got to have your goals. I said, all right, you're doing 4,500. We're going to do this till about April, and after that we're going to double the money. How do you like that? He goes, yeah, that'll be fun. So what I learned from my dad, I'm giving it to him, and he's following.
It's actually in a bloodline.
That's you can say that.
And so what is next after this?
Now it's started changing our lives. I've got a couple of companies that I'm currently working with. I'm coaching one-on-one to exactly changing their mindset, giving them more, changing their results. It's people. There was one kid that I worked with. He was doing two, three sales a month, and the month before, he went down and hit the number of 16, and he came down to me. He goes, "Paji, ऐ किवें होया?"
I was about to ask, like, किवें होया?
He asked me himself.
How did motivational speaking helps the business?
It's not motivational speaking actually I'm doing. I'm removing your blocks. You don't know. You got little blocks. Just before we started this interview, you had tears in your face.
Giving that confidence back.
You had your tears in your eyes, a little bit tears in your eyes. That is because I'm sitting down and opening the doors that are locked inside, which you yourself and your brain has actually locked it. You need to open it. He had the same thing. He had such a big database. He had such a vast, enormous amount there, and he wasn't opening it. He was scared to open it. He was fearful to open it. So what are you fearful of?
That was actually my first question. It's like I have a fear factor. Like most of the people I know have fear factor, but it's very hard to get over it. Like how
Like this.
much you try doesn't matter. It's not going away. It's always there.
Like this. It happens.
But
like
how?
this.
It doesn't matter if it's a job, it's health, it's
Anything.
home, it's family. The fear is always there.
When you come down and attend one of these seminars, you'll not only see that your fears are going away, you'll also see that how the wealth creation and the happiness and your habits get changed. You have to do little, not big changes in your life, just little tiny changes in your life for that fear to go. Fear is just an illusion. It is just an illusion. You can't see fear, can you? You can feel it.
No, we can't see, we can feel, yes.
You can feel it. It's an illusion. Can you feel faith as strong as fear? You don't.
No.
Why? That is the question to all your
Because it's not an illusion, I guess. Faith
It
is in
faith,
here.
Faith is an illusion too. You can't see and feel faith. You can only feel faith. But your faith must be bigger than your fear.
Fear, yes.
If your fear and
But I
most
guess
of
the faith is here and the fear is here.
Fear is basically in your vibes. It's worry. It's your doubt.
Yep.
Whether I'll be able to do this or not.
Yes.
You have to let that go and say somehow it's going to happen. I was in the same situation. I've set up this business. There were millions of questions going through my mind. What are people going to think? What are people going to think? I said, after that, I don't care. 4th of January, I came out. I've never used Facebook before. I've never used any social media before. It took me about 4 or 5 days. Let me study this, how this thing functions. And I said, all right, these are the stories bit, then there's a feed, then there's this, then there's messages, then the Instagram is interlinked, then you got a page, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know anything. I've never been on Facebook. I don't know, you have to go down and check. 4th of January, I went down and launched Amit Miglani. I said, let's see what happens. And the phone started ringing in. Say, I let my fear go. I believed in my faith. My faith was so strong that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to stop. Again, faith took me all the way wrong. It's just a very tiny thing. And since then, it just started taking off. I had a couple of online seminars, then the first one came in, then the second one came in. Now it's 50 already. Now we're talking about a few hundred people on 4th of June, a big one.
Yes.
Costing a lot of money, and the money wasn't there. There was nothing there the last year.
And then it's all over rolling now.
It's all over rolling now, and everybody, even for the 4th of June, I've got so many messages, so many, what's happening. Just relax, everything's going to happen. I will change. I'm dead sure that at that, even this one here, the 51 there are a lot of repeat people coming in. Abhishek has probably joined in. He's been in the second one. He's been in the third one too, and he's becoming a bigger part of it and his team. They just love it. They just love that factor, and it started to move. Everything has started to move. So it's a faith.
True.
You got to look. You got to make sure that fear looks like the peasant in front of faith.
And you have to work hard onto your faith.
That's it.
Then the fear.
You don't have to work hard on your faith. All you have to do is make it bigger. Say, what do you fear? Get out. I'm not scared of doing that. I'm going to go around and do it. Believe in it and do it. If you think so many times, that's when your fear grows bigger.
Yes, I
if
guess.
You keep thinking about it, overthinking about it.
Yes.
But this is going to happen, but this is going to happen. Should I make this call? What is it going to say? The worst thing you're going to get is no. If you get a no, you move out. Things get harder if you don't get an answer.
Yeah.
Things get harder if you don't get an answer. But if you have an answer, that's different. If you don't have an answer, you got to let it go. What are you going to do? You can't hold it against you.
True.
So this is what it is in a nutshell. It has been a very, very, very good ride. It has been a very difficult ride, a very difficult ride, a very hard ride. Sometimes it was hair-raising rides. There were days, no funds, no money, downfall, this, that, people talking, people doing this. Got to look through it. Got to look right through it, and things will fall in place. You have to look through it that they're falling in place. You have everything back. You're coming back more stronger, and it has to happen. Anything. It is all your imagination. If you imagine that we're there, it is going to happen that way.
Clear your vision, clear your imagination, and you will.
Everything is made
take
twice.
Over everything.
Everything you make twice. MIG was made twice. I did not knew it. I did it at that time, but now I know how I did it. MIG was made twice, once in my mind and then physically. Everything, whether it's a chair, whether it's a table, it was made in somebody's mind and then it was given a form. It is exactly with these things too. Now I've got my clear vision, I'm going to grow it bigger every year, every quarter. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change numerous lives. In the next 2 years, I want to hit at least 1 million lives. And if I can change 10%, I'll be a lucky bloke.
I guess you will be, because
I'm pretty sure.
You will be, yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. And again, that's my faith.
Yeah.
It could be a fear that things are not happening, this is not happening.
Yes.
Faith is much stronger.
And your faith is more stronger than your fear.
It's much stronger than my fear.
Yeah.
I don't, basically, you get a threat, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. All right, no problem, mate, good luck. Let's see what happens. So, faith is something, it's a very tiny word. But if you believe in it,
it's a very huge thing.
Everybody's starting, You look at any entrepreneur, you look at Richard Branson. I've probably read Richard Branson about 2-3 times. He didn't have anything. First flight, that was out of nowhere. They were stuck, so he got a charter plane and just sold the tickets to all the people around there. That was the first Virgin Airlines flight.
Airlines, yeah.
And he's had his downfalls too. Tax evasion, this, that, blah, 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 and whatnot. Every entrepreneur has to go through that. If you have your highs, you have to look out for your lows too. And that makes you more stronger. Yes. So this is what I believe in. And I came out stronger, I'm sure.
And I guess it depends on you as well, how you take it. Because there are a few businessmen we know they haven't taken and they haven't fought back and they are lost. Again,
you have to believe in yourself. That somehow it will be done.
It will come
through. Yeah. So now let's see what happens now. 4th of June is coming up, which is going to be a big night. Not only that, a networking night, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of wealth to be made and a lot of lives to be changed. And see what happens after that.
So if you have to book tickets for 4th of June, how can people book the tickets?
We will be putting an online link there. Either it'll be premium tickets or the same Eventbrite. Either way, we're gonna put it online and play it from there, and then the link will be spread it out. They can go down and book the tickets and come down. Okay. It's going to be a proper networking event.
There is one seminar on 15th of April as well. If anybody has to.
I think we have already finished on that. There was just 50 people. It's queuing up. I think there were 9 left there and they've been taken out. I think 2 or 3 are remaining. They're going to. So it's just people are just coming in. They want to listen. They want to know how this happened, why it happened, and how you made it through. Most importantly, they want to know the wealth creation factors, how the wealth is actually created. And most importantly, now I can teach them not only to create it but to sustain it too. Not do the stuff that I have done or the mistakes that I've done.
Yeah.
So you learn from there and make it more stronger.
Yes.
So this is what people want, you know. They want more happiness. They want more health. But you have to listen to me. You have to change the
Yes.
habits.
Yeah.
So if you want, I've got one-on-one people too, who are doing the changes too. So hopefully
Yeah.
we grow it from 4th of June. The next one, I'm sure.
And I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Yes, because you have a vision, you have a faith, and you have done it in the past, and you'll do it again as well.
I hope so.
And
Yes.
good luck
Thank you.
for that as well. And it
Thank
was
you.
very nice talking to you.
Thank you very
And thank you very much once again coming
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
your precious time with
you
us,
very much.
spending your precious time with us.
Can't say.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.